Hey guys, how's it going and thanks for coming. I'm Nick and this is Real Life Money, where we talk about real life and money. Please do not forget to subscribe. So we're going to change some things up on this video, guys, because we're going over 10 cheap dating ideas that they will still love. So these are ideas that you want to do something, but you also don't want to break the bank. These have been scientifically proven to work. Not really, but I asked my girlfriend and she agrees with most of these things. Now, before getting started, I would like to dedicate this video to my girlfriend right now. She does have a couple of bonus tips in this video throughout, so stay tuned for those, for a different perspective than just the stupid guy. And these are supposed to be meaningful, like, you know, most things. Turns out you actually have to talk to the other person. So first, cheap dating. Well, I don't like the word cheap. It sounds cheap, so let's go with frugal. The first frugal date that we could get into is walk by the water. So I apologize to the majority of the country that's not near the ocean, but I'm sure you could probably find some type of river, a lake, pond, fountain, puppy piss puddle that you could walk around. It's really relaxing just to be around nature, and while you're enjoying nature together, you could actually talk to each other. You get to know each other while enjoying what the world has to offer. And if you combine this idea with ice cream, there's a 92% chance that you'll get a second date. Estimated percentage on that one. So second frugal date would be to walk around the park. So this one's good for your buns and thighs. Good for working out. Again, kind of like a nature thing, kind of just a different location from the first one. Again, talking and learning about each other is the main focus for this one. Now, if you don't have like a park in your area, you could try like maybe a playground. That could be a little bit more silly and fun. You could push each other on the swings or push each other off the swings, whatever relationship you're in. Just quick suggestion, don't get too close to schools, because what's going on these days, you might get arrested. Now our third one actually requires a little bit of money, but this is a way that you could save money. So this is something called SeatGeek. So if you love going to concerts, you love going to events or anything like that, this is a website that can help you with that. So they have like the venue set up and they show you if the ticket prices are good valued or completely overpriced. I use this multiple times. You could have tickets right on your phone. Super simple. I would highly recommend it. I actually just used it on a concert like a month or so ago and it was great. So if you're interested, I'll leave a link in the description. You could save some money with that, and you could also help support this channel by going through that link. That's up to you. Number 4 frugal dating tip or idea would be actually cooking together, and I actually like this for multiple reasons. First, obviously, what we're talking about, it is a cheaper way than like going out to a restaurant where you're paying premium for food plus extra for tip. Not saying that tipping is bad because they work hard, but it's still extra. So this is a cheaper version. But this helps with connecting as well. Going out shopping with the person makes you understand what they're interested in, what kind of foods they like, and you kind of compare and contrast there. So not only shopping, but then the actual preparing and cooking together is a good bonding experience. And the real thing to look after is cleaning up the mess afterwards. That should be a joint combination. If the other person leaves by then, you know that you probably shouldn't continue with it. I am not a relationship counselor, trust me. So number 5 dating idea would be, I want to put a caution out there, but would be the movies. I know, not that creative, but everyone does love the movies, and I want to put a caution out there because many people do not believe that first date for a movie, or even the second date maybe, isn't the best, because like we've been talking about, actually communicating is non-existent during the movie. Unless you're that loud, obnoxious person in the back, you don't talk during the movie. Now if you combine this with like food before or after, you know, you could kind of engage with what you're about to see or what you just saw. So you can bond that way. Just during it, it's not really like a bonding type of thing. You're kind of just next to each other. Now, if you've been with each other for a while, that's probably no problem because it is something to just do. It's usually very cheap. You could go during the day even as well for matinees, I believe they're called. It's like a few bucks cheaper. Definitely check it out. And this just in, my girlfriend actually just texted me. I wanted a girl's perspective of one of these things. So just a bonus tip to throw out there. I thought this was a good one. Is a duck pond. I wouldn't have thought of that. Again, kind of similar to like walking by the water, but again, you're connecting over animals, and what kind of better connection is that? Plus, ducks are awesome, and you could combine over wildlife that way. That's actually a really good one. You could even, kayaking costs a little bit more money, but again, that's kind of merging with the wilderness. I'll have another bonus tip from her in a little bit, but for what number? That messed me up. Number 6 is actually the beach. So this is basically the only cost that you might have would be maybe parking, unless you park on the side of the road, maybe illegally, not telling you to, but going to the beach is great because you could set up, just chill, again, talk or simply not talk, and just get a tan there. Sometimes I usually just bring food to the beach because if you put food in anything, instant good time. So you could lay together right on the towel, walk around the beach, or even go in the water. I'm living on Long Island. The water's a little iffy and not so blue, if you know what I'm saying, but you could still go in the water. And if you aren't by water, simply take the water out of it and you could simply make it into a picnic. Simply bring a towel, food, boom, and talk. Do a lot of talking. You gotta know them. Number 7 dating tip would be retirement planning. No, I'm kidding. That's the most people would not go for that. Me, on the other hand, I'm weird and like stuff like that, so that's actually a decent idea for me, but I wouldn't recommend that for most people. Our actual number 7 dating idea would be Groupon, and I love using Groupon for multiple reasons. Now, yes, this does cost money, similar to SeatGeek toward the beginning, but this helps you save money and also helps you see what's new, and you could try new things in your local area. Some things that you probably never would have even thought of. Maybe like kayaking. They have those paint night things. You could do like an escape room. I know those are big, but you could definitely see what's in your area. I might have a link to that. If I do, I'll leave it in the description for you guys. Number 8, I think it's like a traditional type of thing that maybe a lot of people don't try anymore, but bowling. This wasn't a necessarily good idea for my situation because it kind of screwed her back up. Anyway, bowling's good because it is pretty cheap. Usually, if you pay for both, you gotta be gentlemanly, of course. But that could probably be under 20 bucks or so. I'm not even sure. I haven't been in a while. But it's great because no one really is good at bowling, so you could kind of be awful together, kind of make fun of each other a little bit. If you have to put the bumpers up, go for it. Number 9 dating tip would be watching my YouTube channel together. No, maybe not my channel, preferably. I mean, if you're into that, go for it. And I'm not saying only like when you're sitting down at home or something, where you could do this anywhere because you have your phone anywhere. So you could look up videos, maybe your favorite videos, maybe their favorite videos, things that you find interesting, funny. Again, it's kind of like a bonding experience, so you learn each other's interests. Unless you do want to watch my channel, it's very romantic. Or kind of aside from YouTube and videos, you can still look up dream homes, you could look up vacations to, look into their interests even further. Maybe their exotic vacations that they would love to go on, and just dream a little bit. And next bonus tip that my girlfriend just texted me, which I thought was kind of adorable, would be to make, in her words, make a romantic fort and watch a movie together. So just like kids, you would put up a fort, get some blankets, some chairs, whatever you could really find. And I kind of like that idea, actually. We might have to try that, but create a fort, get enclosed, isolate yourself from the world, probably because you probably should, but then watch a movie together. Could go on Netflix, YouTube it. For bonus points, again, add food. And if you're that type of person, wine, I don't like alcohol. And the 10th dating or cheap dating, frugal dating idea was something that I did that kind of just came to my mind, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Is to actually go through an old yearbook together. I personally did this because we went to the same school, just to reminisce, you know, history, past friends, mortal enemies, and you kind of just share stories of what you went through in school, your memories that helped you become who you are today, or something that you hated, like social studies class. But I think this is pretty good because you actually learn, well, they learn about your history, you could learn about their history. You could do this anywhere, you could combine any of these ideas. You could do this on the beach if you want to. So those are some dating ideas. I never did this type of thing on this channel. I thought it would be interesting. It does relate because you are saving money by doing this. And relationships are very important, guys. Could also friendships with family members, just regular friends, anyone you should definitely do this with. Communication is ridiculously important, and I'm learning that more and more and more every single day, almost every second at this point. And you really do have to communicate to the best of your abilities to the other person. Not only in, you know, relationships, but also with work and during everyday life. And one last idea just to throw out there, because I know, a lot of guys watch this channel. I don't know if girls are gonna watch this video, but it's definitely in our minds, like, who should pay for what? And to be gentlemanly, the first, 1, 2 couple dates, I would definitely recommend paying, just because it's just the right thing to do. It's not a bad thing. However, over the long term, relationships are supposed to be 50-50. So if you split it that way, that will make a little bit more sense. It's kind of more fair. If they're looking to you just to pay for everything, that's not something that you should probably want to be a part of. Again, I am no expert in this field whatsoever, but if you are, leave a link, oh my goodness. But leave any questions, comments, or concerns. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So thank you so much for watching, guys. A little bit of a mix-up with this video, but it's still relevant to the world. So thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see ya in the next one.